so strongly with destiny through the depths of your essence, but it's in your head. And it's like people outside of your head try and tell you how you gotta be, and deter you from showing up authentically. You catch yourself starting to believe the shit, like blah blah blah.
Hey y'all, welcome to Aniyah's Notes. Welcome in if you're new, welcome back if you're subscribed. I'm your host, AniyahJelisa, tarot reader and artist. So today y'all, we're going to be looking into how do your coworkers view you, okay? I've been gone for a few days. I took a break. It was my birthday. I had a great birthday, and I also had a lot of assignments due and work, and so yeah, I had to get through with all of that. All right, but I have some clear time right now. Oh, and also shout out to the clients that booked with me last week, because I had clients to get back to as well. It was just a lot going on this past weekend / end of later half last week, low-key beginning of this one. Yeah, anyways, we're here. So today we're going to be looking into how do your coworkers view you. So if you would like to book a personal reading with me, then you can find the information down below in the description box. You can also find the timestamps down there, and I'll meet you at your reading. Hey Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Welcome to Aniyah's Notes. So today we're going to be looking into how your coworkers view you, okay? I saw this one time on my page, and you know how when you watch one, it's going to start showing you more. So I've watched a few of them, and now I keep seeing them. So I'm like, okay, is this a topic I should do? Because clearly, excuse me, this is a topic that people are interested in. I'm interested. So let's see. First, I am going to channel some messages from the image that you selected, okay? I feel like, Pile 1, your coworkers are viewing you. There's definitely gossip here, but it's like they view you as mysterious. They view you as mysterious, but somebody who probably is like popular or lively or like the life of the party outside of work. But it's like they view you as being mysterious in the sense that they feel like there's a disconnect between like who you allow to see you outside of work, or who you hang out with outside of work, or you don't post much, you know what I'm saying? Like there's this vibe with you that like if you know, you know. It's kind of giving me like, I'm also thinking about a speakeasy, you know what I mean? Or just like a hidden or underground bar, or like hole in the wall, you need the password to get in, or like it's no advertising for it. It's just like if you know, word of mouth type thing. It's like people feel like in order to get to know you, it's like they have to just be chosen by you, and like if you know, you know. And it's like this energy of like you may carry like a clique or like a posse around you, and it's not really that I'm not getting the vibes that you like look at your friend group as like a clique or a posse. It's just like because you are selective about who you share parts of yourself with, it ends up creating this like effect of other people viewing it as like the people who you are actually friends with. Those people also get viewed in like a highlight as if they're like a part of your entourage or something. It gives like a celebrity type of vibe. It's not like, it's this energy of like you're popular, like your coworkers view you as popular, but they also view you as like mysterious, or like they know that you're popular, but like they're not a part of your crowd, or like they're not a part of your world. A lot of them feel like they're watching from the outside in, and there's only a few people that you let see all of you, or see you again, like see you outside of work specifically, obviously. I'm also getting that people feel like people could be discussing your nightlife, or like they're discussing like, you know, just the things that you do in your free time, but specifically at night, or like how your coworkers might want to see you drunk. I'm getting like they might want to drink with you or party with you. They want to see you in like a party or like a club, nightlife type of setting. They want to see you in like your best dress. They want to see you drunk. They want to like experience you in those ways. It's because this energy of like, there's this energy of your coworkers see you as somebody who's fun, like I said, fun and life of the party, but also celebrity, in that you could be highly admired or highly respected in your workplace. But I'm also specifically getting like this also has to do with outside of work. So like you could have a job to like pay your bills or maybe support your other endeavors, but I do feel like you have other endeavors or some other space outside of your job that you're like well known in, or this is something related to like a different industry that you're in. If you have multiple jobs, or maybe you have a job and then you also run a business in like a different industry or something like that, or if this is like a social thing, it could be something like, I don't know if you're part of Greek life or something. This could be like you work, but then you're also part of an organization or something, and like you're popular amongst that organization. Like there's like that kind of energy. For some of you, this could also be like college. So like you could have a job, but then you could be well known at school or something like that. And then like maybe if some of your coworkers also go to the same school as you, then it's like y'all might seem to have like a clique, but it's not that you're trying to form a clique. It's just that you have shared interests with them and y'all go to the same school. So it gives you more of a reason to want to talk to them or be around them versus some of your other coworkers who you may have less in common with. Yeah, it's kind of like the energy of like a celebrity, like specifically like an entertainer or like an athlete. Like they like to hang around other entertainers or other athletes because they have that shared interest. But from the outside looking in, it seems like, oh, famous people just hang out with famous people. Yeah, but it's more so just like a thing of like, you know, compatibility and similarity and being in like proximity to each other, you know? So people could want to, like, I feel like your coworkers, some of them are in proximity. I definitely feel like you have at least one or two coworkers who like they are a part of your circle or in close proximity to you. And they kind of see you in this, like, they highly admire you and highly respect you. And then I feel like the people who are not involved in that see that. And they also see who you choose to, like, show part of yourself to or who you choose to invite outside of work or hang out with outside of work. And they want to be included. Now, because of this, I'm also getting the vibes that some of them, the people who you may not want to include, or maybe you're not even purposely trying to exclude them, it's just that they just don't have your attention or they're not somebody who you seem to like care to interact with or want to interact with outside of work. Maybe again, there's just no really common or shared interest between you two in your opinion or from your perspective. So they might take that person and take it as you rejecting them or you dubbing them or you thinking that you're better. And so I feel like there are a few people who are maybe envious or jealous, but really it's not even like, there could be a bit of like, oh, you know, they want to be as respected or they want to be as admired or they want to be as popular or they want to be as, you know, creative or skilled or whatever. But it's more so just a thing of like, if you made them feel more welcomed, they would actually like be one of your fans. It's just the fact that, like I said, like they kind of feel rejected by you. But again, I don't see that when you probably don't see yourself as that important, you know what I mean? So it's like you don't see yourself as being somebody who needs to go out of their way to like it's kind of like being nice to fans, you know what I mean? But it's like if you're a celebrity and you know that you signed up to be a celebrity and you know that you have fans, then yeah, you're going to be more inclined to like be nice to these people, right? If you meet them in the street or if they want to interact with you. Whereas if you think that you're just a regular person, you like, bitch, I never signed up to have to kiss everybody's ass or to let everybody be my friend. If I don't want to talk to you, I don't have to talk to you. I'm a regular person. Like, you're the one who's putting me on that pedestal. So you might have that experience a lot at work in those different ways, okay? You're definitely talking, people definitely want to know more. I feel like people definitely show your social media or they like check your social media to see what you've been posting and they will talk about it like in a group chat or like in a group setting together. If you plan like a party or something, honey, you might not even think it's that serious about who gets invited and who don't, but it's a big deal. Like, people who get invited feel special and the people who don't get invited are mad. Like, why you didn't invite me? And it's like, you might even be thinking like, I don't even talk to you. Why would I invite you? And they're like, well, because we work together and because and it's like, so then all of a sudden after that you don't invite them to your party, now they being stiff or they being weird at work. And it's like, girl, you know, whole time they just wanted to be your friend. They just wanted to be invited. Like, okay. But yeah, if that's resonating so far, then go ahead and like the video, okay? Let the algorithm know that you like it over here. All right, also consider subscribing to the channel so that you can join the team and catch this vibe. Other than that, I'm about to go ahead and pull some tarot for you all. So Spirit, let's get deeper. How does Pile 1's coworkers view them? How do Pile 1's coworkers view them? Okay, one more time. One more time. I'm hearing 3 little birds. Every little thing is gonna be all right. Bob Marley. Okay. Your coworkers could view you as somebody who like nothing can really get you down and nothing gets you out of I feel like you don't care. I feel like you come across kind of nonchalant. So like I feel like sometimes certain coworkers who don't like you or who are in secret competition with you or whatever, like they may try to like pick with you or get under your skin or say things that are shady to you or whatever, and it's like you don't really even react, I'm getting. And that also is something that like irritates them, but at the same time it adds to like the respect and the admiration that you get from others who witness this or who see it. Like, it could be one of those things where like you might not even know that, you know, let's say you just at work minding your business doing your thing, and then whole time there's another coworker who has conversations about you and who brings your name up unprovoked to other people, to other coworkers, and they notice that, you know, these coworkers who are in the middle of it, they notice that when they hang out with you, you might just be vibing, focused on yourself, your goals, you know, whatever are your interests, and just enjoying your life. I'm getting as well. You could be in a phase of life where you feel like it's good. It might not be perfect. I'm not saying that you just think there's nothing to be added, or, you know, there's nothing to improve or change. But I think that maybe from where you have been in the past, you're enjoying your life, or you feel like you're in a good spot in your life. You'll just be focused on that. And they just notice that, yeah, the difference. Like when they talk to you, everything's going good. You focus on yourself, versus when they talk to somebody else, that person's bringing you up. And it's like, But then I feel like even if you, again, even in spaces where like this energy is brought to you, I feel like you have like a very nonchalant, stoic reaction. You might not even react at all. Or if you do react, you might react from like it's going to be okay. Like, it's okay if so-and-so doesn't like me, or it's okay if they said that. I don't really care. Like, we just work together at the end of the day. So like, they don't have to like me, and you just move on. And they like, people are like jaw dropped because they just feel like they care so much and you don't. And sometimes you might do care, but I just feel like you just have bigger things you have bigger fish to fry. Yeah, we have the world. You just feel like you have bigger fish to fry. So it's like, you know, if somebody who's not even in my life for real doesn't like me, then whatever. Like, or if somebody doesn't like me just because of who I am, then whatever. I have Two of Swords. But I do get the vibe that there's both, though. It's definitely people who might not like you and who might be weird, but I feel like people definitely also like you too. Two of Pentacles. I feel like people, your coworkers, see you as somebody who's definitely hardworking and who can balance a lot of things. Whoa. Okay. We have the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. So that's a lot. Let's see. On the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. So I feel like your coworkers with the world here, again, like they definitely see you as this like celebrity vibe. They see you as somebody who is in a good spot in life. I feel like you're pretty happy for the most part when you come to work, or if you talk about your goals, like your goals sound very ambitious and very, how do I say, what's the word I want to use? Excuse me. You have just like dreamy, ambitious, adventurous goals. The kind of goals that maybe everybody thinks about, but not everybody actually pursues. Like you're the person that's actually, excuse me, willing to pursue it. You might be, again, like you might be working at this job to fund something else, whether it's a business or it's a degree or something. Like I feel like the job is not your main priority. Like it's foundational for you. Like it's helping to keep you afloat, but it's not the thing that you're focused the most on, or it's not the place where like your life is not centered there. Like that's what I feel like this is. I feel like the people who's at your job, who like that job is their life, like that's pretty much the center of their life, they more so feel rejected by you because they can just sense within your energy that like you just don't care as much as they do. Because like, for example, let's say there's like social hierarchies or cliques or groups within the job. You might not really care about any of that because you're only there to make money so that you can go off and fund something else. Whereas the people who that's their whole life and they hang out with these people outside of work, and that's pretty much their whole network, or their whole circle is their coworkers and the people attached to said coworkers. If somebody doesn't like them amongst that group, it's like a big deal because this is their life, this is their friend group, this is their network. Whereas with you have friends outside of work, you have a network in a whole nother industry, or at a whole nother organization or school or something, to where it's like if these people don't like you, it really doesn't fucking matter. Like it just really doesn't affect your real day-to-day life and the things that are actually important. You get what I'm saying? So it might affect you at most like temporarily on a financial level, and then you can just, if you have to, like you can find another job. You know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of energy. So that's what I'm getting there. People definitely see you as somebody who's very like mature, I feel like wise, creative, somebody who is bigger than the program essentially, or bigger than the space. Okay, with the Two of Swords, I keep channeling from the picture. I'm supposed to be channeling from the cards. With the Two of Swords and Two of Pentacles, yeah, I get the vibe that you seem to have a lot going on. You seem very busy. And that's part of where the mystery comes in, is because it's like you seem busy and you also seem like you'll walk away from shit. Like I feel like you call people out when necessary at work. Maybe you obviously work here, so you haven't quit your job necessarily, but I am getting the vibes that, you know, you have held other coworkers accountable, or just being willing to walk away from certain situations. This could even look like if you didn't necessarily cut anybody off, somebody could have just said something to you sideways at work, and like you told them, don't talk to me like that, period. I don't care if you're a manager, I don't care if you this and that. Like you basically just stand up for yourself in some kind of way, or again, like you know how to exit stage left when need be. So that's where this mystery comes in, because like people see you and they see you like doing all these things, talking about these goals, maybe doing multiple things, you know, working multiple jobs or being in school and going to work, or running a business and going to work, or shit, maybe more than that. Maybe you going to school and running a business and going to work. I don't know. Like, you just seem to be like busy, but also like intelligent and like hardworking. And then it's almost as if this energy of people feel like they see that energy and they think, oh yeah, let me get some of that. And then they might try something with you and then you end up setting a boundary or like walking away, and it kind of shocks them a little bit and they're like, oh. And your coworkers essentially thus grow to see you as very mature, also very stubborn. I feel like you avoid social hierarchies at work. So I definitely get the vibe that there's like a clique or like a hierarchy of some sort where like people are just expected to, like, there might be one person where people kind of seek their approval, whether it's a manager or an authority figure. It's just this vibe that people tend to seek their approval for one reason or another, and you don't really seem to care about that. And like initially people might try to, you know, passively like bully you or kind of get you to like go in that direction or like to vow for their validation, but you end up being energetically just as big as the authority. So it's like, I don't care about any of this. Like, at the end of the day, you just have this vibe. Your vibe is nonchalant. It's kind of like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, if y'all don't like the fact that I don't let y'all tell me what to do, or that I don't let you overstep as a manager, or that I don't let you be messy or be in my business, or I don't care if you want to hang out with me, or I don't care if I, you know, don't invite you out somewhere, I'm not going to allow you to, you know, try to use my job or dangle my job over my head or your position over my head in order to get me to do what you want me to do, then people grow, they respect you a lot. People see you as somebody who definitely is not going to be at this job long term. They see you as somebody who has a vision, and you're diligently working towards it every time you come to work and outside of work. And because of that, with the Knight of Cups, people definitely have crushes on you at work, for sure. People are definitely attracted to your energy. They're attracted to, not only are you like physically attractive, but I just feel like it's your drive, it's your work ethic, it's your mind, it's your consistency, it's really your stubbornness and the level of respect that you have for yourself, and the level of stability that you have for yourself, the strong sense of self that you have. You come across very confident, okay? I definitely get the vibe that there have been some bullies or some passive aggressive people at your job who have tried to humble you, and you just never let it just didn't work. And people see that. The people who tried to humble you, they saw that it didn't work, and that you're still just as confident. You still have a thriving life, both at work and outside of it, and there's nothing they can do about it. And the people who see this, who don't seek to humble you or who enjoy your energy, they are like cheering you on and they like being around you. Again, the people who you do feel comfortable with to hang out with or invite into your space or, you know, tell them your business, they feel special because of that, you know. And it's interesting because what ends up happening is that even though you might not be necessarily trying to be a part of any social hierarchies, again, you end up energetically in the same level as the people who were on top previously, or the people who feel like they're on top, or who, you know what I'm saying? So it ends up becoming this thing where some of your other coworkers might feel like they have to act one way in front of you versus act one way in front of somebody else because of, you know, that person's disposition towards you, but also what position that person might hold or of authority over them. You know, it's like that kind of vibe. It's kind of like the energy of like, if you have like a manager that you tend to get into it with, or a manager that gets into power plays with you, or you just know that they don't like you deep down because they don't like, you just don't let them boss you around how they boss everybody else around, but you're still good at your job and they need you anyway, so they can't really fire you. It's like there's other coworkers who really like you, but you know, they may not have the gall to stand up to these people how you do. So when that manager is around, they might, you know, talk to you less or just kind of like be more on the hush or try to keep things on the low. But when it's just you and them, you know, they'll say their true feelings about the manager, and you know, how they see how the manager tries to do certain things to you or whatever the case may be, like kind of just like validating you, but at the same time they're not, you know, no shade, they may not have the same confidence or the courage to stand up for themselves how you do, and to really like just walk away how you do, because maybe also you do come across very ambitious, like I said, and this is not your life, right? So some of those people where it's like this is their life, it might mean more to them to get that person's approval because they don't have the other options that you have if they were to get fired, or if that person did try to retaliate against them. but they're still like secretly rooting for you, and they're still like are very attracted to you and very interested in you, you know? So that's the vibes. That's what I have for you, pile one. That was very interesting. All right. What is the word? I'm not gonna do a word today. We're gonna do colors. So if you're from pile one, then leave a pink emoji. It don't have to be a specific one, but just leave a pink emoji so that I know that you're from pile one. Okay, other than that, I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Oh, subscribe to the channel and like the video. Hey pile two, welcome to your reading. Welcome to Naya's notes. So today, y'all, we're gonna be looking into what do your coworkers think about you, or how do your coworkers view you? I think that's what I titled it. How do your coworkers view you? Okay. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. If you would like to book a personal, you can find that information down below in the description box. Other than that, yeah. So first, I'm gonna channel images from the messages. I always get those words mixed up. Messages from the image that you selected. I'm not gonna lie, not gonna lie. First thing I was getting is, who does this bitch think she is? Ew. It's not nice. But yeah, that's the truth. And I also am hearing this song, who do you think you are? Running around stealing hearts. Tearing love apart. Something like that. It's like Christina Perri, I think, was that her name? Jar of Hearts, or it's like an old song, like an old, like early 2000s, like, was that considered like soft rock? I don't know, but it's like an old song. They used to come on MTV when I was a kid, getting ready for school in the morning. Anyways, yeah, but the song is basically about like somebody being a player or whatever. I get the energy that some of your coworkers view you as very beautiful, obviously. But some of your coworkers, I feel like if there's a set of coworkers who are a couple, specifically the ones who are a couple, or even if like the full couple is not at the job, if like if whoever is the same gender as you, if their partner doesn't initially work with y'all, but their partner comes up to the job a lot and they could potentially see you, or like if you and your coworkers tend to hang out like in groups after work or something, and their partner ends up coming to the after work hangout function and they're around in that space, there's like this energy of people, you know, just feeling intimidated by the fact that they feel like you could take their partner. Basically, they feel like you could take their partner. They feel like their partner would be interested in you. It's kind of like this energy of like an insecurity of like, oh, you know, if pile two, feeling deep down like if pile two, like if you wanted their person, you could have them. Like if you tried to come on to their person will fold. And it's partially like an insecurity on their person's part, like they partially don't trust their person, obviously. But then it's also like projected onto you as well, because they feel like you try hard. You could be very like, obviously these pictures are all like, you know, done up pictures, right? And that's not always the vibe. Like I choose different vibes for different topics, and this is just, mind you, I chose these pictures like in the middle. I created this like in the, just know I chose these pictures mainly because like the colors and the fashion I was drawn to. I wasn't necessarily looking too much at like the makeup and like everything else, but like now that I'm looking at them for real, it's like everything, and I'm zooming in on them, it's like everything is actually really put together in like all three of these pictures, like the hair, the nails, the makeup, the outfit, like the lighting, the background, everything. And it's like you might be the kind of person to naturally care about your appearance, and so you might naturally just put effort into the way that you look. You know, you might do your hair, your nails, your makeup, the outfit, the posing. You might take pictures. You might like to post on social media, like, you know. And so people could just hit you with the, oh, you're doing too much. Like people just feel like you're doing too much. They feel like you try hard to get attention. And I feel like it's not even that you're trying to get attention. I think that these are just your interests. Like you just might be interested in fashion or hair, beauty, things like that. Or just, you just like to look good. You might be the kind of person where like when you look good, you feel good. You know, like you just are the kind of person to where that's just how you are. Like that's just, that's just how you get ready for the day, is to do X, Y, Z, and Z. That helps, you know, you look good. So, I am getting the vibe that people are inspired by your looks, though. I feel like at work, people could tell you a lot that you should be a model, or they might ask you for like advice about like beauty or fashion or something, or just like things related to your appearance. People might ask you about your gym routine. If you're somebody who does go to the gym, if you work out or something, people might be curious about that. I feel like you give like influencer vibes. Even if you haven't made that a career, I feel like you will be the kind of person to naturally have a lot of followers, or you know, people just are the people, not the people who are not particularly, you know, hating on you or anything. they just are curious about like how you maintain your looks. So your looks is very important. And if you watch my channel, you know I don't really always talk about looks that often because I mean, I just feel like it's very cliche. I think it's very obvious. Like, of course you look good, you know that. But, you know, usually I end up channeling like other things. Like other things tend to be like the focus. But with this so far, it's definitely giving like heavily tied to your looks. I feel like people feel like you look too good to work at where you work. Like wherever you work is probably just like a regular job in like a normal industry, I guess. But people feel like you should be a model or an influencer or something. Or they feel like you should be like a fashion stylist or an artist. Or they feel like you should be doing something that is related to like creativity and beauty. Because they feel like those are your strong suits. And if you do this, you probably do it on the side, but you have your job like, you know, just to help fund everything. And so it's like, yeah, people could see you blowing up and you're in, if you're doing it on the side, people could see you blowing up in it. And if you're not yet doing it on the side, people feel like you should be. Like they just feel like you are too much to be working at this job or to be in this space, even to be around these people. Like it just is giving like big fish, small pond. People, when they, your coworkers feel like they're working with somebody who's gonna blow up one day and like not gonna look back, and then they'll be able to tell people like years later, like, oh, I used to work with that person at so and so, but now you're like, you know, famous or something. Okay, definitely this kind of energy. Let's see if I'm getting anything else. Some of your coworkers, I feel like you're really, they think that you're really sweet and nice and you have a really cool personality and that you're friendly and kind. But these are the people who don't have, like, there's a layer of people who just feel like, oh, that person think they do too much. Basically, like your beauty and your confidence and the attention to detail that you put into things automatically makes them feel like they're less than, automatically makes them feel like they're beneath you, right? Then there's a group of people who, they're not hating on you or anything. They're more so inspired by like your arts and your beauty and all that kind of stuff. And they might still kind of like, they might pedestalize you a little bit to the point where it's more so giving fan rather than like friend. But then there's people who I feel like maybe they're also into arts or beauty. They don't really have to be, but I just get the vibes that like they don't feel insecure about you, but they also don't over pedestalize you, and they kind of just are able to see you like neutrally. These might be people who are more evolved as a person, or just more, maybe these people are older, like maybe you have some older coworkers at work who really like you, or these people could be like, I feel like they may not be your same age. Like they might be, if they are your same age, they probably are like just wise or like just spiritually in tune and very confident within themselves, very sure of who they are. Or these could be people who are like either a few years or more older than you or a few years or more younger than you. So it's like they don't really see you as competition or get insecure about you because y'all are not really even in the same age group or something like that. To where like they just don't have that lens when they're looking at you. And so either way, that tier of people, they feel like you have a really kind, I'm also hearing funny spirit and personality. I feel like there are people at work who defend you because they know that certain people just be hating on you. Like they know, they see the same beauty and the same creativity, the same aura as well, because you have a strong aura too. They see that just like everybody else sees it, but it's like they're able to just be like, that's just who they are. So, you know, you're weird for hating on them and you're weird for acting like a fan. Like, you know, like like there are people that you work with who do just understand that like you're just a regular person, and yeah, you're cool and you're dope and you have all this potential, and they don't want to take that from you, but they also like, again, they just don't pedestalize you, and I feel like that allows them to actually connect with you. Okay, that allows them to connect with you from a genuine and authentic place. And these are the people who I feel like you feel comfortable to show your personality to, and they really enjoy your personality. They really enjoy who you are. And I feel like they feel like you're very kind. Because like kindness, sweet, funny. Yeah. And also deep. You could also talk about like deeper topics with certain people at work. And they really enjoy those conversations. And like people might also reduce you down to just like your beauty and your look sometimes. But you're also really smart and like wise. And again, just kind, funny, friendly. People also think that you're generous. Like maybe you share with people. Or like you'll buy something for somebody if they don't have it, or you give somebody a ride or something if they need one, like, or you'll help somebody if they need help, like, you know. So there are some people who just can't get past your beauty and your aura and like who you are as a person and how talented you are, because that's the thing too. People get aura from being creative. People get aura from, you know, being good at things. So it's like you have all that, and some people just can't get past that, whether it's like negative or positive. But then there are certain people as well who like are able to just see you as a person and actually connect with you, and not just like place all the emphasis onto just your looks or what you do. Okay, so that's what I have for you for that. If you're enjoying the reading so far, then definitely go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, okay, so that you can join the team and catch this vibe. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna pull some tarot. Spirit, how do pile 2's coworkers view them? How do pile 2's coworkers view them? How do pile 2's coworkers view them? We have the 6 of Swords. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the 4 of Wands. I'm getting a lot of cards popping out tonight. Page of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. And what is this? The High Priestess. Yeah. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Cups. Yeah, some of your coworkers feel like you be lying about stuff, or like you lie about your intentions, or that you're sneaky, or like it's just this vibe of like people feel like you're just, again, like you're doing things for attention, or you have like some type of master plan to persuade everybody to like you or to be your fan or something. So there's like people who feel like they need to like reject you just so that they like, because I feel like you're the kind of person where like it's very easy to like you, and so therefore it can almost become like, some people can see you as a trend, or they can see it as like, oh, you just like that person because they're popular, or you just like that person because they're pretty. But again, you do also have the personality and the character to match your looks. It's not just the looks. You also are intelligent, you're wise, you have some type of creative ability or talent that you have, or skill, that also makes you stand out. So it's like, it's not just that thing. But again, when people reduce you down to that, it's just like, you know how like Aquarius is known to like not like trends, or like not like to be a part of the status quo, but like sometimes it's perfectly fine to be on trend, or it's okay to like sometimes something being widely liked is a good thing, or it does reflect the actual value of said thing. And it's like, in your case, you're popular and a lot of people like you. It's easy to like you. It's easy to want to be your friend, or to want to follow you or keep up with you and stuff like that, or to support your work. And there's just people who feel like, no, you know, they're only getting all that praise because they're pretty, or they're only doing all that because they wear makeup, or they're only you only want to be friends with them because of the way they dress, or because they do this for work, or they do that on the side. You know, it's just like they try to make it seem like it's a lustful thing, like, or just about looks, really. And they just feel like you're hiding something, okay? And with the 7 of Wands and the 6 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, I also definitely get the vibe, in the Page of Cups again, it's definitely giving me the vibes that some people feel like they feel like they have to defend their relationship from you, or they have to like protect their relationship from you. But again, with the 7 of Cups, it's just giving, this is just like an illusion. I feel like a lot of people, they don't really have a clear view of you at your job. Like, I feel like your coworkers don't view you clearly. They definitely have like, they're projecting their own illusion onto you. It's kind of like, it's making me think about I forget which book it is, but something about, I think it's in the Percy Jackson books, where like Aphrodite, the goddess of like beauty and love and all that, like whenever she shows up to people, she shows up as whoever they like, who they think is the most beautiful, right? And this is like, it's making me think about that in the sense of like, you have this energy where people are only able to really see you through their own perception. So it's like, if people are insecure, they're going to see you as a threat. If people are maybe not insecure, but they don't really have the strongest sense of self, they're going to see you as their influence. And you know, there's a difference between being simply inspired and like you basically copying this person, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like genuinely influencing you at this point. Like, you're looking to them for influence, right? Then you have the people who, like I said, they might be more evolved, or they're more conscious, or they're mature, they have a strong sense of self. They're able to see you clearly. But most of these people are not on that tier, okay? Most of these people fall into one of the other two. And so most of them don't view you clearly. People either view you as somebody who's just overly arrogant and you just think your shit doesn't stink, you just think you're all that, or they could pedestalize you and like kind of strip you of your humanity, or like have these high expectations for you, or like kind of place this pressure on you to be perfect all the time, or to be their muse, or to be their inspiration. And it's like, I'm actually not living or doing any of this for you, or for you, actually. You know what I'm saying? It's just who I am. So yeah, a lot of your coworkers and stuff, they don't even see you clearly, okay? And I feel like for a lot of you, it's like, I don't even want, like, especially when it comes to like partners, you might not even want these people partner. Like, you know, you might just be, again, you're just attracted. It just is what it is, you know? And I'm also, and this is so messy, but I'm literally getting the vibe too that, especially in relationships, and this could also help you to know as well, like, who I'm talking about, but especially the people who are in relationships who are the same gender as you, or the same orientation or whatever as you, especially if they've been cheated on in the past by their person. Oh my God, honey. If they've been cheated on in the past and like they feel like they just got over it, they just got through a rough patch, and they're like sensitive though now, oh my God, yeah, you're cooked. Like, they, in their head, let them tell it, you are a threat. Like, it's very much giving defensive against you, okay? Because with you having, I feel like this Page of Cups is you, and I feel like, you know, you come across, I feel like because you maybe look the way you look, and because you have your interests and stuff like that, you come across a little bit naive, or just a little bit like, kind of like you're playing dumb, or like, you don't come across as fully aware of your power, even though you are. It's just like, you don't pop it, or you don't like, something here about this is that you're still, again, you're very friendly, you're very kind, and people tend to take that as weakness, or take that as immature, or being naive. And so there's this energy of like, people feel like you're sneaky in the sense that, again, they feel like you purposely show up trying to take the attention from them, or trying to look good for their partner. And then when that's not the truth, they'll be like, oh, you know, they're just playing dumb, or they act like they don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they feel like they have to protect you, because they feel like you're playing dumb, but really you're like a siren trying to, like, you know, persuade everybody. Okay. Now, with the Three of Pentacles and the High Priestess here, I do get the vibes that the people who are on that frequency, that higher frequency, they definitely want to work with you. People definitely see you as a valuable asset to the team. I also get the vibe that people want to work with you outside of work. So whatever it is that you do outside of work, I feel like people see you as being very good at it, very much on like a master level. This is something that you could have been doing since you were a kid, or even if you didn't do it seriously, you might have like dabbled in it, so you still have like some background knowledge or something. There's something here about like you being very disciplined towards something, being very good at something, being a master or something. But I feel like this has to do with your spirituality as well, where like people see you as somebody who, excuse me, who has a lot of spiritual understanding and wisdom that can be used in the workplace, or that can be used to like further goals, projects, companies, make money together. People might, I feel like I get the vibe that like the people who do see you clearly, they might really want to work with you. Like people might, want to like be business partners with you. People might ask you for advice in terms of like influencer stuff, like about your fashion or your looks, but people might also ask you a lot of questions about business or like school as well. Yeah, like business, higher education. People might seek advice from you from those things, especially if those are things that you obviously have experience in. It shows. People feel like your energy shows. People feel like you look like somebody, or they can tell that like your business is successful, or they can see why it is, or they feel like you would create a successful business if you don't currently have one. There's definitely this energy of them seeing that you have a lot of potential, and that you have a lot of experience, wisdom. I'm also getting options. People feel like you have options. That's why like that heartbreaker thing was coming in the beginning. Like you could have a lot of coworkers that have crushes on you, and people could feel like you're a heartbreaker in the sense that they feel like you would be like a homewrecker, that you would like break up a couple, or like be the mistress, or you know, the person who somebody cheats on their partner with. But I'm also getting the vibes that like there might be just multiple people who like you, and if you wanted to, you could like play all of them, or you could like, you know, try to manipulate all of them to talk to all of them at the same time, or you could finesse them and not really like them back, but just play on the fact that they like you to get what you want out of them. Like people feel like you have the ability to do that as well. And there's just like this mystery. There's like it's just like people just feel like there's no way that this person is not doing what they're doing intentionally. There's no way that they're not like showing up this way on purpose to get attention and to gain favor and manipulate everybody. And it's like people sometimes do have a hard time believing that that's just who you are. you know, that you just are you just are that girl, that guy. Like, that's just what it is. You're not overly trying to do it. But yeah, like I said though, a lot of people don't see you clearly, so that's for them to deal with. All right, but that's what I have for you, pile 2. If you made it to the end of pile 2, then comment a purple emoji. It can be any emoji, but as long as it's purple, that's how I know that you're from pile 2. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. If you would like to book a personal with your girl, you can do that down below. You can also like the video and subscribe to the channel so that you can join the team and catch this vibe. Other than that, I love y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, pile 3, welcome to your reading. Welcome to Naya's notes. So today, y'all, we're going to be looking into how do your coworkers view you. Is that what I called it? What did I? Yeah, your coworkers' thoughts on you or how they view you, XYZ. Okay, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. I will be channeling from the image that you selected. Okay, if you would like to book a personal with me, you can find that information down below in the description box. Other than that, let's get into it. First thing I'm getting here is that, like, your coworkers think that you're some kind of, like, model, or that you're a good, like, brand ambassador, or that you're, like, your energy is very big. But I'm getting that they like this. I'm hearing it's perfect. Like, you're perfect for the team, or you're perfect for the job. I don't know if your job is actually to be a model, or to be some kind of, like, brand ambassador or influencer of some sort, or, like, marketing, something like that. Like, if you're working in something where it is front facing, or, like, sales, or, like, your looks have to do, like, your looks and you having, like, a bright big personality have to do with, like, the job. But, like, I feel like people at your job like that. They like that I feel like you come to work looking good and put together every day, and they really like that. I feel like you're very articulate in, like, the way that you speak and express yourself. I feel like they like your overall vibe and personality, and, like, the energy that you bring to a room. You might be the kind of person to, like, say good morning to everybody, or just, like, greet everybody and say hey. You might be the type to sometimes, like, get your coworkers, like, coffee or snacks or something. Like, it might not be all the time, but I feel like you've probably done it before. Or, like, you're always willing to help or something. Or I even get the vibe that you could even come in early sometimes or work late sometimes if necessary. But you also, like, expect you expect to be treated with respect in return. Like, this might be one of those things where, like, you know that you're valuable to the company, and so, like, you do your job and you do it well, but you also, like, make your demands. Like, you might not demand it, but you, like, slide your terms and conditions in there too, where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but I want X, Y, Z, and Z. And you might end up getting a little bit more privileges than your coworkers because you, like, advocate for yourself, or you, like, negotiate in some kind of way. Okay, this can even be, like, gig work, where, like, maybe you're working, maybe you do a certain thing, but you have take on different clients, or you work with different, like, vendors or venues or something. Like, so you end up working with the people that are a part of, like, different companies, or, like, this could be like a temp agency or something, or like an agency. There's this energy of, like, even if it's not always the exact same set of coworkers, it's still this, like, shared energy of people enjoying what you bring to the table, feeling like you're good at your job, but then also that they have to, like, pay you a little more than they pay everybody else, or, like, give you some more perks on the back end or something, or they have to accommodate you a little bit more than they do other people. But it's worth it because, like, you just bring a certain energy that you bring a certain energy or results as well that the others don't bring. Okay, some of you guys could also be, like, midnight ballerinas, and this could be, like, this could be, like, the managers and stuff, like, with you. Maybe you bring out more clients and money to the space than some of the other ballerinas. You know, or for anything really, but that was just an example. I'm also getting some of you guys could be servers or bartenders. Like, maybe, yeah, some of you guys could also work in, like, service or bartending. But it's the same energy of, like, you might make a lot of sales, or, like, you have regulars that come just to see you, or you're very lively and you always look good and you make a lot of money. So it's like they're going to give you the best section, or if you want to call out, they're not going to fire you over it, whereas they might have fired somebody else, or they might not, write you up, or whatever the case may be. You just get a little bit of privilege because you're really good at your job and you also look good. Like, so yeah, pile 3, I feel like your coworkers view you in a way of, like, wanting to give you pretty privilege, but also, like, work ethic privilege. It's like you're getting both. You're getting the privileges of being like the pretty one at work, but you're also getting the privileges of like being the best or one of the best or like a strong employee. Okay. You are now promoted. You are now my elite employee. Like people people feel like you are their elite employee. Okay. That's funny. All right. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm getting from this. Your coworkers also view you as like a little bit bossy. Like you might not actually be, if you are in an authority position, it might be that you're still not highly ranked in within the authorities, or you might not even be in an authoritative position, but people still like respect you as if you're one of the managers or as if you are like a supervisor or something. Like your word matters. Like, you know, and it's not to say that people necessarily take orders from you, but it's just more so a thing of like they respect your opinion. So if you were to ask somebody for help, or if you were to like delegate something to somebody and like ask them to do it, they would do it. Like, not because they feel like they have to, but just because like you were the one who asked. You know. Okay, so that's what I have for you from the image. All right, if it's resonating so far, then definitely go ahead and like the video, give it a thumbs up. Okay, and also consider subscribing to the channel so that you can join the team and catch this vibe. Okay, let's see. Spirit, how does Pile 3's coworkers view them? How do Pile 3's coworkers view them? What are Pile 3's coworkers' thoughts about them? I'd be trying to find the best way to phrase it when I be adding the piles into the question. Let's see. First, we have the Knight of Wands. We have the Moon. Yeah, you definitely got crushes at work. Knight of Cups, people who are crushing on you, but they're hiding it. I feel like some of them probably don't do as good of a job as others at hiding it, but some of them are definitely hiding it. Like, it's being kept a secret. Like, they don't want you to know. Like, they don't want you to know. We have the Queen of Wands. We have Temperance. And then the Seven of Wands. And then in the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. So yeah, people definitely, Pile 3, feel like you're like an elite employee. They feel like you're somebody who's willing to defend the order and the balance of things. And you also have like a strong sense of attention to detail and also diplomacy. It's like part of the reason why you, like something that goes into like your characteristics that lead into your work ethic that people enjoy is the fact that you take your job seriously enough to care about doing things the right way or care about like noticing the small details, but at the same time you know how to express yourself and your concerns in a way that keeps order, but it doesn't necessarily step on anybody's toes, or it doesn't make anybody feel like, you know, you're like bossing them around. It's like you do have this bossy energy, but it's not like an overt type of vibe. It's kind of like I don't know, everybody's mom is different, but it's like kind of like the kind of moms where it's like they'll ask their kids to do something like, oh, you know, can you go ahead and wash those dishes for me? Can you go ahead and wash the dishes? And she's asking, but the kid knows she's really not asking. They know that if they don't do it, there's going to be follow-up. So when she asks, they go ahead and say yes and get up and wash the dishes. Whereas like some other parents, and maybe this is just the same parent in different times, but like sometimes it might be like, you know, they have to yell at the kids or they're really mean to the kids in order to get the kids to wash the dishes. Like, it's like you have the energy where it's like you're going to ask and you're still polite, but there's this underlying like respect or like heavy energy to where it's like you like people feel pressured to say yes. They're like, let me listen to Pile 3. Let me do what Pile 3 asked me to do, because they just kind of know, like, you know, you could take it there with if you could be mean. People feel like you could be mean if you wanted to, but there's also this energy of like, they know that you're asking with good intention. They know that you're asking because it needs to be done, or maybe because, you know, people also like when you ask them for favors because they feel like that means that you trust in them to get it done. You know what I'm saying? So There's this energy of like people wanting to have your respect in the workplace. Even people who might be your senior or who might be your authority, they still want you to like them. They still want you to think that they're a good leader. They want you to think that they're a good manager or think they're a good supervisor or CEO or whatever the case may be. Again, people definitely see you as like a boss. People definitely see you as somebody who's a CEO or who could have your own company. Or maybe, like I said, you do have your own company and you do like gig work or you take on clients. Like people feel like you're very good at it. People feel like you're very good at leadership. Okay, your coworkers see you as being very, very good at leadership. Okay, and I definitely am getting the vibes here that some people have crushes on you. Now, I feel like this, take it how it resonates. This could be like, because you have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So this could be like, if we're taking it based on like the signs and the elements, right? This could be looking like, you know, there are some fire sign people who might have a secret crush on you at work. Like, you know, somebody who's an Aries, Leo, Sag, or they have those placements prominently in their chart, who are just hiding their crush for you. Okay, and we could take it as like maybe there's somebody here with heavy water placement, so that's Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, who is making it clear that they like you even though you guys are at work. They don't care. Or this could be the kind of energy where people might be making moves towards you at work, but they're coming forth, they're showing you their gentlemanly or their like classy lady, you know, respectable romantic type of energy, but they're secretly hiding like passionate lust. Like I do get the vibes that like some of your coworkers like literally like what am I gonna say, they take care of themselves to the thought of you. Sorry if you didn't want to hear that, but that's the truth. Now, I feel like some of y'all are gonna be like ill, like because the people you work with is like ill, but then some of y'all feel like you might also have a crush on somebody that you work with, and like if you know that this is them, it's like you be doing that to me, yeah. So take that how it resonates. I definitely am getting the vibe so that there are like hidden feelings of like passion that people have for you. I definitely get that vibe. I get the vibe that it's like you're so focused on your work that you might peep like certain things, but you don't know to the extent of which it goes, because I feel like you be in your own world when you're at work. I feel like you do take your job seriously and you do work. Like you be at work, you be working when you at work. So you might just ignore things that you feel like are petty or, you know, things that don't really matter. I get the vibe that people could like say like sexual things in their mind or like under their breath. So it's like they'll say hey to you and like you can tell by the way they say hey and they like bat their eyes and they get excited to see you that they like you, but you know, they're not going to say like their actual thought to you if it's like lustful, because they know it's wrong. They know that they need to respect you and they know that, you know, y'all are at work, so they need to keep it cute. So, you know, a lot of them are, I feel like it is more than one person though. I'm not gonna lie. Take it how it resonates though, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was more than one person. It could be like, it could be different people, you know, showing things versus not showing it. It could be different people, you know, hiding their lust and just being romantic, or it could be the same person who is just being romantic, but really they are so lustful. And it's not, either way it goes though, I am getting the vibes that like with the Knight of Cups that whoever these people are that have crushes on you, I feel like it could go somewhere if you let it. Like I feel like it would really be up to you. I feel like it would really be, the choice will be in your hands. And maybe that's also partially why some of your coworkers hide their feelings. I feel like some of them hide it just because of the fact that they don't want to mix business with pleasure. Like they don't want to come on to their coworker. Like that just might not be their thing to like date coworkers. But then some of them I feel like would be willing to take the risk, but they just know that like it's up to you, and they don't want to like potentially risk the dynamic at work between y'all as coworkers, and they don't want to risk like creeping you out or offending you, and then you obviously like reporting it to HR as harassment, and then they lose their job. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some people are just being smart about it. Like it's not that they're afraid to say it, or like if y'all were to meet just in the real world, or if y'all didn't work together, they wouldn't say anything, but it's just like the environment, like they want to keep it professional. Okay. But with the Queen of Swords here, I do get the vibes that people see you as highly professional too. So that's also where it's like, yeah, people kind of just, they don't really want to rock the boat too much, or they don't really want to, it's like they do want you and they definitely fantasize about you. They definitely like think about coming forward, but they just feel like it's kind of unrealistic, you know? They feel like it will be feeding their delulu to like think that they could really have a chance with you. Also with the Seven of Wands, I get the vibe that you may be kind of like stiff. Like maybe you're used to this a lot. Maybe you're used to your coworkers liking you, so you are very selective, and most of them you might say no. Like every now and then you might date somebody that you work with, but I feel like for the most part you just don't even entertain it. You say no, or you're like mm-mm. And I feel like people can tell, they know that, so that's where they're kind of just like I'm gonna just admire them from a distance, or like I'm just gonna flirt with them, or I'm gonna just, sorry, we're not a storage. But yeah, I get the vibes that this could also be a thing of like you just are tired of people trying to talk to you at work, or you just don't want to talk to them, so that's why they have to hide it, because they just already know that you're gonna say no and that you're not open to that, okay? Because you do come across strict, okay? With this Queen of Swords, it's giving strict, it's giving I will definitely set my boundaries and express myself, okay? Again, back to your negotiating skills, I feel like people, you may have said, you could have cussed out somebody. Did I say that already in this spell? It took so long for me to send the videos to my iPad that I didn't low-key, yeah, I had to catch up. But yeah, you could definitely have said something not so nice to somebody, or put somebody in their place, or, you know, let somebody know not to say certain things to you, okay? I feel like you're the type to get lusted after, but it's like you don't like to be lusted after, and I feel like you say that and you make it very clear. So that's why people are hiding their lust for you. Like they just already know that you would take it as disrespect. And this is like low-key a side topic, but I feel like sometimes you're so gung-ho, like you're so vocal about not liking to be lusted after or sexualized, that sometimes the people who you do like they also are nervous to like let you know that they like you, because they just feel like, you know, like Pile 3 doesn't want that, or Pile 3 is not interested in that, or they just assume that you're not going to want them. So that's why sometimes you might wonder, like, you know, how come like this person who I like, they don't actually talk to me, but the people who I don't like, they talk to me? It's because people who you don't like, they could just have like obnoxious confidence, or they just already know that they know that you're not gonna accept them anyway, so they feel like they have nothing to lose by trying. Whereas like the people who might be more so on your level, the people that you would actually be attracted to, it's like they are actually respectful, and they're like, no, I don't want to upset Pile 3. I don't want to, you know, give them the wrong impression or make them think that I'm like looking at them in a different or inappropriate way. Like they're self-conscious about that. Like they're self-conscious about you, how you view them, and they don't want you to see them as somebody who's like just lustful or doesn't take you serious. You know what I'm saying? They want to make sure that they're coming across respectful. I feel like you definitely get a lot of respect from your coworkers and just in the workspace, your clients, things like that. So that is what I have for you, Pile 3. All right, if you made it to the end, then comment with a blue emoji. It can be any emoji as long as it's blue. That's how I know that you're from Pile 3. All right, so other than that, y'all go ahead and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel so that you can join the team. When I reach 2,000 subscribers, I will be putting all my readings half off, okay? I forgot to say that actually in the intro, so only Pile 3 is gonna know that for now. But yes, I will be doing a giveaway, not a giveaway, I'll be doing half off of my readings when I reach 2,000 subscribers. So yeah, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you can join the team and catch this vibe. Other than that, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.